All right, everyone. I have a question. I'm gonna set up this little arbitrary example and see if I can get some feedback on this thing that I've been thinking about recently. It's because it's kind of relevant to my life, actually. So there's two arbitrary plans. So plan B, health insurance plan B from employer B, and then employer A, health insurance plan A. So we have two plans here. We're gonna arbitrarily say that both plans cost the employer $21,000. Now I'm sure that's not the case. The costs are negotiated, so they're probably not going to be the same. But for this example, we'll just assume they are, for simplicity. So we will differentiate the plans a little bit in this example. So say this one's has a deductible of only $4,000, and this one has a deductible of $5,000. The reason this deductible is higher is because this plan offers an HSA plan, and then this one does not, which HSA is health savings account. So that's just like a reduction from that individual's paycheck into a little savings account, and then when you go to get health services, you pay for the deductibles out of your HSA account, so you don't have to pay a whole lot out of pocket if you can cover it with your HSA account. So this point here is just to show that there's a differentiation in the plan's coverage. So some plans offer 100% prenatal, some offer only 80%. So there's all these differences, and it's important to note that this is kind of, some of this is derived from my personal experience with my wife and her plan and my plan. So that's kind of where this discussion is coming from. And it's important to note that this is what's happening with us personally, and it's covered by the same insurance company. So these plans are different, and they're offered with different options through different employers, but the company that's providing the insurance coverage is the same company. So that's why that's where this question comes from in my mind. So so down here it says if both plans are kept. So if both plans are kept, if my wife and I both keep our plans, and the cost up here was $21,000, each of our employers will pay that $21,000. So the insurance company will be getting $42,000. Now that's usually not the case, because usually one plan is better than the other. And especially if one has an HSA, you'll say, oh, I want the HSA, and we'll just pay that little bit higher deductible out of the HSA and we'll be good to go. So usually that's how it goes. So the next example is if one plan is kept. So if one plan is kept, so say we like a plan, so say we want to utilize the HSA, we pick this plan, so we pay the $21,000. But our employer B says, if you opt out of our plan, we'll give you $4,000, which $4,000 is much less than the total cost of $21,000 from their perspective. So it's a good thing for them to pay the $4,000, and you can apply that $4,000 towards your deductible. The problem, though, is this fair to employer A? So essentially, if you pick one plan over the other, the opposing employer, excuse me, is bearing a lot lower cost. So the total derived benefit is going to be $25,000 from the employee's perspective, because they're getting this paid for, the cost for their plan that they choose, whether it's A or B, and then they're getting the $4,000 in cash to opt out of the opposing plan. So the total benefit to the employee is $25,000. The insurance company would only get $21,000 in this instance. So the insurance company would only get $21,000. So that's important to note when we go down to our combo plan option, that this is what I'm really asking. Is this the optimal way of doing this? So instead of picking one plan over the other, why not if it's the same insurance company providing the coverage, why not combine the plan, get a combined plan, and have both employers pay $12,500, excuse me. So this is just taking this amount and cutting it in half. So if you look from the insurance company's perspective, they're getting a total of $25,000 as opposed to only getting $21,000. So the insurance company is making a little bit more. If you look from the employer's perspective, they're each paying $12,500, which is below the $21,000 if their plan was chosen. So they're actually getting a reduction in their cost too. And then it's negotiable if there should be some sort of if this $4,000 should be given back to the employee as wages, since there's a potential savings from the employer's perspective. the employee could receive some sort of benefit, whether it be an HSA account. So if you combine the plan and then you create an HSA, that money could then be used to create an HSA to let the employee pay his or her deductible, or both, if you're, because you'd be a couple apparently, or obviously. So it's just a potential. It's a potential option that I think would optimize the usage of insurance companies more. So it'd be beneficial to the employer, it'd be beneficial to the employee, and it'd be beneficial to the insurance company. So I'm just curious what anyone else thinks, essentially. So and then customized coverage. If you're combining two separate plans, why couldn't we as the employee kind of pick what we want? If my wife and I wanted 100% prenatal care, why couldn't we do that? And then that would adjust the cost that our two employers would split. Now, obviously, you couldn't have a combo plan if only one of us were working. But since both of us are working, and it's through the same insurance company, why couldn't we try to do something like this? And we see bundled stuff in the auto industry right now. If you bundle a couple different vehicles, you get a discount. So why is it different in health coverage? Because her and I do get our own plan through our employers, but it's not something that we as a standalone have to get. We're kind of told pick this plan or this plan, when really both employers should be contributing to our, equally like this. So I see it being mutually beneficial to everyone. So I'm curious what anyone else has to say, especially those in the field of insurance or the health care field. So I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say. Thanks. Bye.